Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I went to the gun auction today and I found another double barrel. Wasn't the one it's one I wanted. I actually wanted two of them. I got this for 150 bucks. There's really nothing wrong with it. It just needs cleaned up. As you can see, the receiver has, I don't know what that is, but you scratch it, it comes right off. It is a Marshwood made by Crescent Arms. 30-inch barrels. Boom. A couple things I want to do to it. I'm going to sand it down and refinish it. It doesn't really need it. There's a couple tiny cracks. I think I can get most of them to disappear. I already took the forearm off. As you can see, I cleaned the steel on the forearm. The wood was loose, and I was afraid I would damage it by taking it off. It comes off really hard, and it was loose, and I was afraid I might damage it, so I'd take it apart. What I did is, so the one screw pulled out, the other ones were loose. I used my Gorilla epoxy. Stuff comes in handy. And some super glue, and I fixed those holes up. Re-drilled new holes. And I got it pretty tight now. And when I was drilling one of my holes, I came all the way through right here. Well, I'm not perfect, and I'm not a professional. I'll put a little wood putty in that and let it go. But I think I'm going to sand the stock down and redo. It's really black, the stock, the wood around the receiver. I want to clean that up, brighten it up, and give it my own finish. It's black down in here too, the wood. The forearm's pretty good shape. They're not tiny hole. Not perfect. I've worked on these before. I know exactly how to take it apart. There's one screw right here. That goes through the stock. You have to take that out. And then the side plates come off. And you have to take this screw here out. The trigger guard will unscrew. This is actually screwed in right here. Part of the trigger guard. There's no head on it. Take that screw out and you unscrew the trigger guard. And there's a screw hidden in here. And this is the bottom of the screw right here. So you take that screw out. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, that stock will just come right off. Now this stock is in pretty good shape. It's got a nice butt plate on it. It's really overall a pretty solid gun. The barrels are nice and blue, nice and straight, no surface rust. Maybe need a little polishing, but 150 bucks. And I waited around 2 hours for the one I wanted. It was pretty much the same thing, except for instead of a Marshwood, it had 28-inch barrels and it was a Peerless. But they're both made by Crescent Arms, so they're the same thing. That one, the wood was all busted up. There was gaps in it. Looked like someone had put screws and nails in it, and it actually looked like they put body putty around it. Now, they did a decent job of it. I mean, it looked like hell, but it wasn't loose. It was nice and tight. Just looked like hell. I wanted that one. I wanted it cheap. Didn't that thing go for 200 bucks? I was like, I bet it up to 100, and I stopped. Because I got this one for 150, and it's so much better shape. So, I don't know if that person knew that one had a broken stock. But they're going to get a rude awakening when they get their gun. Anyway, this is a before. You can see the receiver. The top's dirty. I'm going to fix this too. That's closed. It's not centered. I know how to do that, and then I'll show you how to do that, at least on this gun. I'm going to fix that. It just has these extractors. Everything seems to work pretty good. It's just dirty. It's not barn dirty. It's just old dirty. You know, they didn't keep it polished up. And I don't know what this stuff is here. It's almost like they shellacked it with something. It's not rust. So I can scratch it off. It's almost like a shellac of some type. But we're going to clean that all off. I'm not going to use vinegar because I don't have any. I'm just going to, I got a nice soft wire wheel. When I get the receiver isolated, I'm going to go through and just clean all that all off. And this is just going to be a buff and bluff, or a buff and fluff, I guess is what I want to say. And like I said, the stock is real smooth, real nice, but there's no, it just looks like it's stained. There's nothing else on it. There's no poly. And there's no checkering, so I don't feel guilty about sanding that down a little bit. This is an old gun from the 20s or 30s maybe. Maybe even the 40s. If you know, let me know. Like I said, it's got a low build number, and this foregrip is hard to get off. 4813 is the build number, so it's a low build number. There was a tiny gap in there I was trying to get out. I got some of it out, but not all of it. We're going to let it go. So that's the low build number, so I'm thinking this is probably kind of old. But for as old as it is, it's in pretty good shape. So again, this is the before, and there's not much trouble here. This gun's pretty solid. And we'll get her cleaned up, and we'll show it to you. Thanks for watching the first half. Welcome back. I got the Marshwood all finished and put back together. I did a green stain with the gun stock. Minwax gun stock 231. It got me a nice little greenish brown effect going. The foregrip turned out pretty decent. The barrels, I just touched up a couple spots that needed reblued. The receiver I polished. You see it, Marshwood. It's a lot cleaner now. I still didn't get this fixed yet, but I'm working on it. What I thought I needed to do didn't work. No big deal, I'll make mistakes. It's tricky getting these triggers back in because you got to get them just right on that safety so the safety works. But you can do it. I've done it many times. There, the safety went on automatically. Nothing. Take the safety off. Boom to boom. Anyway, there's one more for the gun safe. Marshwood 30-inch barrels. This one had the peep sight on, unlike my last one. Again, there really wasn't much to do to this. Just kind of polish it up. I really didn't need much else. Pretty happy with it. Especially that green effect. Greenish brown. I like that. Gives a little bit of character. Anyway, that'll do it for now. Until next time. Thanks for watching. Hi again. I'm sorry to keep doing this to you, but I just wanted to clarify a couple things that made mistakes. Like I said, I don't edit my videos. They're not scripted. It's not a peep sight, it's a bead sight. I just misspoke. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, I got off work, I'm tired. When you take this apart, there's that one screw here that actually goes through the wood stock, holds these two plates together. Okay, you do have to take this screw out. This one and this one. Seems to me the last one I worked on I didn't have to. So there might be just some variations on them, but you do, at least with this one, you have to take that screw out here, plus this one on this side and the other one on the other side. Like I said, you take this screw out. The other one I had unscrewed. This one you just turn it a quarter turn and it popped out. The trigger guard. I just wanted to mention that. And then there's a screw that goes clear through the stock and it comes out right here, like I said. So I just wanted to clarify that in case anybody had one and they was taking it apart. I had, a little trouble getting these side panels off. I know they're not side panels. I don't know what they're called, but side plates. Had a little bit of trouble getting them off. I had a little bit of trouble getting them back on, but just play with it and be patient. Try to figure out what it needs. It has a lip here and a lip down here. It has to go underneath, and then it has to set in and go forward so this screw can line up. And then once you get these two screws in, this one here will go in. And anyway, I got it all back together. It wasn't that bad. If I can do it, you can do it. Anyway, again, I just wanted to clarify those couple items. Just in case you want to do it yourself. Thanks for watching. Back again. It's Peanut. I just woke up. I'm tired. I noticed after my finished one last time that the steel, this tang was raised and the trigger guard was raised. So I took it back apart. I made a chisel out of a screwdriver and I lowered that wood down in there so that tang would fit flush. I did the same thing with the trigger guard. Okay, so it's a much better grip. It's much more of a professional job. It looks better. Sometimes when I sand these, I forget to do that because I just get in a zone where I just want to get it finished. But I took my time. I did it right. It's much better, and you have to do that if you do a lot of sanding right in here. That tang will stick up. So you have to lower the wood inside with the chisel. Also, I want to mention, I said about fixing this trigger so it would sit in the center. It sits in the center with nothing in it. There is this lower lug. Okay? It's got a taper on it. I don't know if you can see it. How it's tapered. Here's my file that I used. It's tapered like, see if I can do this, like that, okay? What you want to do is you want to file that lower lug. Mine actually was tapered a little bit like that, so I had to emphasis on the corner. But I just filed that down pretty good bit, at least a 1/16 of an inch. And I went slow. I went and I checked it about 5, 6, 7 different times. But I got that where that goes, a lot farther than it did, and I'm happy with that. Just wanted to add, I did figure that out. There was 2 different things that hold that barrel. There's a lug that comes out and hits right here. And I didn't know if that was holding it. And there was a side lock that swings in here and locks the barrel down between these 2 pieces of steel. And it was that lower lug it needed filed down. So that's what I needed. I got some dirt and oil on it. But to keep my guns clean. Anyway, I just wanted to add that, so in case you had one, you want to know how to make that switch centered. It doesn't hurt anything if it's off center. Doesn't hurt a darn bit, but it just bothered me. That's how I did it. Thanks for watching.